yo, what's going on? Back to the world, yo. Crazy, right? What, dude?
All right. Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Quadash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, which I learned from. You already know who they are. And shalom to the Akim out there teaching on the highways and hedges, edifying the elect, and fishing for the elect, showing them the correct way to salvation in these end times. And shalom to you, Akwaf in order. Shalom to you, Israelites scattered abroad that may look like these other nations. Shalom. All right, what you just saw is a video, a little clip that's been circulating. It's basically, a lot of people thought it was a real UFO, so-called UFO. You know, we know the UFOs to be chariots. You know, they're actually IFOs because we've identified them, you know. UFO stands for unidentified flying object, but, you know, we've identified them. Therefore, they're now IFOs because the Bible tells you what they are. So they're identified in the Holy Scriptures, and they are known in the Scriptures as the chariots of the Most High, the chariots of the Lord. All right. Now, what you just saw in this video was a hologram, and this is a hologram used to promote Lil Uzi Vert's new album that's coming. I don't know the name of the album. I ain't really going into the details of all of it. All I did was a little research and found out that it was a hologram, some hologram technology, and it was used to promote his album. Now, what I find strange is the fact that he would use a so-called UFO to promote his album. You know, these things ain't done by chance. These elites, you know, they pretty much have control over these puppets, these Satanists in the music industry. They tell them what to wear, what to rap about, what to promote. So it's no coincidence that they chose to use a so-called UFO to promote his album. Now, it got me to thinking, there's a lot of references about so-called UFOs going around lately. And it's basically the elites, the so-called elites. You know, they understand certain things in the Holy Scriptures, and they understand certain prophecies, and they understand that the Lord is coming back in what the world calls UFOs. And they put it right in your face. But, you know, most people are none the wiser. You had people actually running, panicking, thinking that this was a real so-called UFO when it was hologram technology. Now, this technology has been around for a very long time. It's rumored that it was used during 9/11 when the Twin Towers got blown up. How true that is, I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past these elites, because if you do a bit of digging, you know, don't take much digging, and you can find out that, you know, it sure was an inside job, and that, you know, those towers got blown up with, there was actually bombs detonating, explosions. There's no debris found anywhere, no plane debris found anywhere, but yet they happen to find a passport of whoever flew the out of all that rubble, they found the passport of a so-called Muslim that flew the plane into the towers, man. Give me a damn break, man. And this is how these devils like to play on the minds of the simple, basically. Now, you know, they're using this so-called UFO and to promote Lil Uzi Vert's album, and you know, you had everyone running around panicking, and this is going to be the reaction of the world when the Lord really shows up, but it's going to be on a whole nother level. You know, these people standing there confused, you know, let me play it again.
Russian! Yo, what's going on? End of the world, yo.
Talking about the end of the world, yo. But, you know, you saw them running around freaking out, a lot of them. They didn't know what the hell was going on. They thought it was a real so-called alien invasion. Now it's gonna be on a whole nother level when the Lord really shows up. Because if you look, you can just tell that this isn't real. I mean, look at it. I mean, especially this clip right here.
Crazy, right? What, dude?
I mean, look at the way it was moving, man. It didn't even move right. I don't know chariot move like that. You know, you could, if that was to appear in front of me, I would know damn well that that was some type of Project Bluebeam type crap, man. But you know, Esau's got this technology to pull off a fake so-called alien invasion, right? Now, scriptures don't say that he's gonna do that, but he is gonna come with all kinds of signs and lying wonders. So you never know. He could pull off something like that. He could pull a stunt like that, but you never know, man. And we'll wait and see what's gonna happen, because Jacob's trouble's gonna be something else. These devils about to go all out with their technology, their toys and stuff that people don't know exist. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, how the elites, they understand the scriptures, right? Now, the first precept I want to bring out is about war in heaven, because this is what's going to happen. The Lord is going to show up in the so-called UFOs, and they're going to convince the people that it's a so-called alien invasion. And, you know, all the nations are going to gather together to fight Yahushua when he comes with the thousands of heaven, which is the chariots. Okay. So, you know, doing things like this, pulling stunts like this, is basically conditioning the minds of the people to get ready for something like that, like an alien invasion. You see how everyone was freaking out because they really thought it was aliens, man, because their minds have been somewhat conditioned already, but this is just going to help further condition their mind. Now, let me just pull out that preset real quick. So this is the book of Revelations, chapter 12, and I'm starting verse 7. It says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels." So the Michael and his angels, talking about the angels of the Lord, right? So the armies of heaven, basically, right? The good angels. And then the dragon is basically talking about Esau. Okay, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, that old serpent, right? The dragon, right? It says, "And the dragon fought and his angels," which is his military, you know, his angels on the left-hand side, you know, Satan's angels, right? Which is the Air Force, the Army, the Space Force, that they're, you know, that Trump is, you know, put together just in time to try and fight the Lord when he comes. You know, if you don't know about that, I got a quick clip I'll play real quick. Just check this out real quick.
Yeah. Space. Gonna be a lot of things happening in space. Because space is the world's newest warfighting domain. Amid grave threats to our national security, American superiority in space is absolutely vital. And we're leading, but we're not leading by enough, but very shortly we'll be leading by a lot. The Space Force will help us deter aggression and control the ultimate high ground. With today's signing, I will proudly appoint General Jay Raymond, the first Chief of Space Operations, and he will become the very first member of the Space Force, and he will be on the Joint Chiefs. He will be on the Joint Chiefs, which are now expanding by one position. That's a very powerful position. So, General Raymond, congratulations, and thank you for everything you've done.
And that's the day of doom. That's the day of Esau's fall. Okay, that's the time. That's the day of Lucifer's fall. How he's fallen from heaven. Okay, which is, you know, a position of rulership. You know, he's in his heaven right now. We're in our hell. But the Lord's about to do a role reverse, and soon you're gonna see us on top and Esau at the bottom. But the Lord's gonna take him out when they come to fight against him, right? Now, let me continue reading this. Revelations 12. I'll start at 7 again. And there was war in heaven, right? So when this is talking about when Esau comes with his space force and his army and this and that to fight the Lord. You know, I got precepts to back this up. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. This is a future prophecy. And prevailed not, meaning they didn't win. They were broken without hand. Okay, they were beaten. They fell into a sore destruction, man. It's going to be overkill. It says, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Okay, so they're basically not going to be in rulership anymore. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And they use that image of Caesar Borgia, which the world calls Jesus Christ, to deceive the world. Okay, to put them on top, have everybody think that, you know, the Lord is with them and that they're good, the good guys, you know, when really they're, you know, Satan comes as an angel of light, you know. But these people are the devil, you know, the nation of Edom. This is what this is talking about. That's why, you know, on the day that they try to fight the Lord, that's the day they're going to be cast out. Okay, because they're going to get nuked, and then they're going to be, the rest of the armies are going to be beat by Yahushua and the thousands of heaven. It says in verse 9, and that great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So Esau's going to be, he's going to fall. Okay, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength. Right, so this is what's going to happen when Esau falls, you know, because there ain't going to be no heaven on earth until the so-called white man, which is the nation of Edom, is taken out of power. You know, until they're put in their rightful place, which is in slavery, the world will never know peace, because these people don't know how to live in peace among men. Okay, it's very much biblical. These people have been the biggest problem this world has ever seen. So this is what it's talking about. And it says in verse 9, I'll read it again. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation. Right? Or for all you Christians that think you're saved, you ain't saved yet. Now is come salvation after Esau is taken down and we're delivered from our enemies. It says, and strength, right? It says, and the kingdom of our power. Because, you know, there ain't no strength in this earth while Esau's ruling. This is why it says, you know, that he did weaken the nations, right? Lord willing, I'll bring that out in a few minutes. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power. So this is the kingdom of heaven on earth as it is in heaven, right? And it says, and the power of his Hamashiach. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Talking about Esau, the so-called white man. They're always accusing us before the Lord, constantly saying that we're the problem, you know what I mean? Putting us all over World Star Hip Hop, putting us all over the news. Look at them, they're looting, you know what I mean? Look at them, they're killing each other again. Oh, look at them, they're selling drugs. Oh, look, this nappy-headed black man just robbed an old lady, you know, constantly accusing us before the Lord, making out like we're the problem, when this man's steadily building nuclear weapons and funding wars and stuff, man. You know what I mean? creating natural weather disasters and stuff, man. This man's, but yeah, a little man in a hood looting and killing each other. They're the biggest thing. They're the biggest problem going, yeah. And that's what the accuser does. But he's gonna be cast down on that day. It says, for the accuser of our brethren, which is the Israelites, is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. So that's all he does through his propaganda. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, right, which is the spirit of prophecy, pursuant to Revelations 19 and 10. It says, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. So that's the elect. They don't love their life. They have laid down their life as a living sacrifice for the Lord. You know what I mean? They have no future. They have no investments in this world. They have no future plans to make it big in this world. They love not their lives unto death. All right. So yeah, that's basically war in heaven. That's what that means. Okay, let's turn to another precept real quick to back that up. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. Let's start at verse 12. All right. So let's highlight this. I really want to read all of this because it's so fire, but we'll see. I don't want to go too off course, man. But anyway, Isaiah 14, and I'll start at verse 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? All right. So Lucifer is only mentioned one time in the Holy Bible, and that's talking about light bearer. When you go into the meaning of Lucifer, it means light bearer, which is these elites. They possess knowledge that the general public don't have, and they understand the Bible. Okay, and they're obsessed with the Bible. That's the reason why they do a lot of things and make a lot of movies and things like that, that has biblical references. You know what I mean? And just like that clip I showed you in the beginning of this lesson with Lil Uzi Vert's chariot hologram. Okay, that's biblical reference right there, because these are people are the light bearers, man. So how art thou fallen from heaven? The Shemayim, their rulership, power, they're fallen from power. Okay, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? All right, it says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? I said I would bring this out earlier, Lord willing, and this is what's talking about. Because once salvation comes, then comes strength. These people, all they do is weaken the nations, man. They go and destabilize countries. They fund wars. They suppress medicines and cures, natural cures and stuff. There's many ways they weaken the nations. Because they're destroyers of the earth, man. I know they're bad people of all nations, of all races, but these are the race that control the whole earth. The nation of Edom. The Bible calls them the nation of Edom. The world knows them as white people, but they're actually called the nation of Edom in the Bible. Every nation has a biblical nationality, a biblical name for their nation, and these people are the nation of Edom. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, meaning their mind, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. All right. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So this is what they think with all their technology that they've created today. They do everything on the left-hand side and trying to mock and mimic the ways of the Most High. CCTV cameras everywhere. That's them, being able to see everything just like the Lord does, but they do it on the left-hand side with their technology that they've created. They want to take it a step further and put a microchip under your skin in order to really control everything and everybody, you know. This is what they do. So it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, which is the grave, to the sides of the pit, right? So basically, Esau's going to be brought down. He's going to fall from heaven, right? It says, they that see thee, right, after he's brought down. How, if this is actually talking about literal hell, then how are we, how are we going to see him if he's in hell? It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? So the people that see you in a very low place, they're going to be like, is this the man that did all this to the earth? Because you're going to be in such a poor condition that people are going to barely recognize you, man. You're going back to that caveman state, Esau, okay? So it says that made the world as a wilderness, and that's what they've done. This world is nothing like it used to be in its glory because these people have destroyed it in such a very short time. The Lord created this earth. It took 6,000 years to create the earth. And the 7,000 year he rested. All right. And it says that made the world as a wilderness. And these people have ruled in such a very small time. And they've made this world a wilderness, man. In the very short time that they've been ruling. It says, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Right? Because he's got the Israelites locked behind bars, a lot of them. All right. Not only that, but he's got your minds captive, the whole world, really. Especially the Israelites, through, the image of Cesar Borgia and Christianity. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. So that's what's going to happen, after the 1,000-year period when these heathens serve us. They're going to be let go, and they're going to rule their own people in righteousness, and they're going to lie in glory. Everyone in his own house, all the kings of the nations. Okay, the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese, Japhites, everybody, they're all going to lie in glory. But Esau, what does it say about him? Let's read verse 19. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain. So you're going to be tossed aside, man. It says, thrust through with a sword. It says, that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden underfoot. So this is going to be Esau, man. We are literally going to chase them out of the earth. And in the end, there's not going to be a single Edomite left. If you read Obadiah 1:18, and as well as many other precepts, that backs that up. So how is salvation for everybody when Esau is the son of perdition? Perdition means destruction. It means that these people are getting ready to be wiped off the earth for everything that they've done in this earth. And it only makes sense to those that aren't suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, which Christianity puts people under that spell. It says, all the kings of the nations, right? No, actually, I've read that. Verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. So, the Edomites, the so-called white people living in the earth today, they have to pay for what their ancestors did and what they're continuing to do to this day. They say that, well, that ain't fair. It wasn't us. We didn't put you in slavery. We didn't feed you to alligators. Why should we suffer? Or why should we pay reparations, they say. You're going to pay reparations in blood. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land. nor fill the face of the earth, of the world with cities. Concrete jungles, man. Very destructive to the earth. It wasn't meant to have these massive cities like New York. Man, that's people that look out their high rises at the city and they think that's beautiful. These people have the spirit of Satan in them if you really think that that's beautiful. That ain't meant to be, okay? And they're gonna go. So, as soon as the Lord comes back, we're gonna have Esau. We're gonna have Esau tear up these cities, man, with a pickaxe, all right? Continual labor. Yeah, well, the Lord's gonna throw it down with the nukes and stuff anyway. Whole world's gonna shake. But Esau can clean up the rubble, man. He's gonna clean up this earth. All right. I went a bit far on that. Really is supposed to go into backing up the fact that, the UFOs are gonna come, so-called UFOs are gonna come, take down Esau, and that's him falling from heaven. That weaken the nations, that's Esau. And that's what's gonna happen when the Lord comes. All right, so let me see if I got another clip I can play. Yeah, check this out. This is a Pedigree Chum commercial, and basically it's more chariot references, so-called UFO references. Check this out. I found this quite interesting.
I imagine Bandit's first owner was a brilliant astronomer. And Bandit was her loyal assistant. Together, they searched the cosmos for signs of intelligent life. Until one night, intelligent life found them. Aliens beamed up the astronomer. The dog tractor beam wasn't working. So the ship took off, and Bandit got left behind. I mean, why else would someone give up the greatest dog in the world?
I find it quite interesting how they put a Jake in there. I don't know what's up with that. And I find it kind of interesting also that the dog got left behind. The other nations, the heathen are considered dogs. In the scriptures, the Lord calls them dogs, man. I forget the exact precepts, but these people are known as dogs, and they got left behind. I don't know why he took the Edomite. Maybe there was another meaning behind that I don't understand, but we know damn well ain't no Edomite getting taken up. Okay. But I just found that quite interesting how there's biblical references just popping up everywhere in the form of chariots, in a pedigree dog food commercial. That's crazy. But anyway, so the chariots have been basically making their appearance known lately. Let's just quickly show you a couple of clips because, the eyes of the Lord are over the prophets. Let's quickly show you one or two. 1 second. So first one here is Elder Yashawamba in the GMS Dallas camp.
Shalom, Akim, Shalom. Hey, check this out.
You gotta get to the scriptures. Take the scriptures seriously. Not no sentiment and no whooping and hollering. Take your salvation seriously. Study these words.
Right.
Get your Bible, man. It's fun.
Right.
All right, so Isaiah 9:6 it says, "For unto us a child is born."
This was the prophecy of the Messiah. He was prophesied in the Old Testament. A lot of people like the Old Testament. All through the Old Testament, the Messiah was prophesied. He was prophesied. So here's one from Isaiah, which he has plenty of them. Right. Go ahead.
Right. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder.
Government shall be on his shoulders, meaning he will be the high priest. Go ahead.
And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father.
He is a father. Go ahead.
The Prince of Peace.
The Prince of Peace. Go ahead.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David.
On the throne of David.
And upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with
Shalom.
So yeah, that's a powerful video right there, a powerful clip, you know, because that's undeniably a angel. Okay, the angels fly around in vehicles called chariots, which the world calls UFOs. They're not aliens flying inside them. They are melanated people that look like us, you know. And a lot of people are actually clued up to this, to be honest. I came across a few clips of basically people referencing that there's so-called black people flying in them. But the Bible, you know, tells you what the angels look like, that they look like so-called black people. All right, let me show you another clip or two, and then we'll get back to that topic. We'll hold that for a minute, and I'll show you how so-called black people are flying those ships. All right, but that was undeniably a chariot, and there's another sighting that happened here.
Another chariot, yo. Raleigh, North Carolina, Kakalaki. They want another chariot, yo. Yahweh, Wahashim, Yahweh Shai, Wahashim Rakakwadash, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai, 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 Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai. Hey, look, the Lord said, look up for thy redemption draweth nigh, man. That shit, they got a big brand, they got more light on it too. You know what I'm saying? They got the lights on, bro. The bros got their lights on for us, man. Let's go. What the scripture say? Look up for y'all, for thy redemption draweth nigh. Look at that chariot, yo. Israel salvation nearer than when we believe. Look at that chariot. It's another one. Oh. What's good? They everywhere, man. They everywhere. Let's go. The chariots are everywhere, dog. What's good? Another chariot right there, yo. They're everywhere. One going that way, one going that. It's set up the lights, right? It dim this lights, yo. Because the lights was bright, right? Look, there go another one. Another right above my head right now. Lord showing out, man. Oh. Shalom. Whoa. It's heavy, man. The Lord look up for thy redemption draw of none. Is the Lord stunting away, though? I mean, I know, right, bro? We done seen about 20 of them, bro. We done seen about 20 chariots, bro. This ain't nothing. A fleet gonna come through one day, man. Shalom. Shalom.
And you know, hey, these clips are giving me goosebumps, man, because this is so amazing. You know, the Lord is making his presence known among his men, among the true prophets, the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. They're the true prophets, man. No other camp has chariots like this above their camp. But what does the scriptures say? Let's turn to it. All right, so this is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 16, verse 9. It says, for the eyes of the Lord, for the eyes of Yahweh, which are the chariots, that's their purpose, is to be the eyes of the Lord. They go around the whole earth. They report back to the Lord certain things that happen in this world, major events and stuff, volcano eruptions and things like that. You best believe the eyes of the Lord are there every time. You know, when they're doing nuclear tests and stuff like that, you'll see chariots hovering around because they're the eyes of the Lord. They run to and fro throughout the whole earth, right? And it says to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. So what did you see in that clip? You saw them above the people whose hearts is perfect toward them, which is the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. All these other camps of false prophets, man. You know, if they're not down with, if they're not coming in the same like-minded doctrine, you know, then they ain't the men of the Lord. And they're going to have to find this out the hard way. It says, for the eyes of Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong, right? What did they do? Show themselves strong above them, right? In the behalf of those of them whose heart is perfect toward him. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. So the point is in the first part. The eyes of the Lord are above his prophets, man. That's the angels. Let's pull up another quick one. All right, so this is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 7. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So not only do they encamp around the prophets, constantly hovering around the prophets, you know, they're in the background. You know, if you pay very close attention, keep looking up, you know, while at camp or something, a lot of times you'll see chariots over the prophets because that's the angels inside those chariots. And they're encamping around them that fear him. The ones that fear him are the ones that keep the commandments, you know, to the best of their ability. It says, so the angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them, because this is how they're getting delivered. Okay, this is how the elect are going to get delivered, is through the chariots. Because when them nukes start flying off, you know, that day that's going to burn as an oven, the only way to escape that is through the chariots. Divine intervention. The angels are going to show up and beam the elect up out of here, man. Beam me up, Scotty. All right. That's what's getting ready to happen. You know, I don't care how crazy it sounds. That's what's going to happen. It's biblical. Very easily proven, man. So, let's pull up one more clip, because there's been a lot of sightings lately. And there was one above Elder Manata Zakba. I thought I had it here. Maybe I didn't save it onto this playlist. Hold on, maybe this is it.
This is Sirach, chapter 38, verse 4. It says, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
So let me pause it real quick, because this camp right here, I believe this is, I should know, but I believe this is Sacramento. But you're going to see right where that devil sign is, the Cesar Borgia with devil horns, the image that they deceive the world, these elites deceive the world with, right? You're going to see right above the sign, you'll see it appear there, and then it sort of flies over. So just, I'll keep it zoomed in and pay special attention to this spot right here.
It's become a booming thing on the internet of everybody talking about the natural things that the Heavenly Father has produced on earth. Right, health and general, right. Yeah, health and wellness. Right. Did you see seahorse? Yeah, dejuice them. You can dejuice it. You know, they talk about the red juice, the green juice. See, a lot of people don't even understand that. Like vegan, that's a diet that'll kill you. Yeah, you gotta know, like, it's like these are supposed to be used for purposes. It's supposed to be a balance. Yeah, you can't juice all the time because you need to
run that back a bit. So it was very quick, but it was there nonetheless. Check it out.
Balance. You can't juice all the time because you need the fiber, right? You can't intake all of that sugar. You juice it like you got so many percent. You need the fiber, man. That's why
See, they're there. They're there watching the prophets. Okay, and they're reporting back these good works to the Lord, man. You know? 1 second, let me pull up another preset. All right, it took me a second to find that. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, and verse 16. It says, "Then they that feared the Lord, feared Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, spake often one to another." You know, through these epistles and these, these lessons that we do. All right, and that's what's happening in these end times. It says, "Then they that feared the Lord," how do you fear the Lord? Keeping his law, keeping his commandments, hearkening unto his words, man, coming through his prophets. So it says, "Then they that feared Yahweh spake often one to another." It says, "And Yahweh hearkened." So the Lord is, acknowledging us because these angels are reporting back to the Lord what we're doing. The brothers on the highways and hedges, man, doing what the Lord commanded us to do in these end times, and the angels are reporting back to the Lord that your servants are doing exactly as you wished. So this is what's happening. It says, "And Yahweh hearkened." So the Lord, acknowledged the prophets, right? It says, "And heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahweh, and that thought upon his name." Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that holy name that we exalt in the earth, man. We stress the importance of getting his name right. So the Lord is watching his prophets. You understand? Let's go back, because I got another clip of Elder Manatazakbar. He had a chariot sighting recently over his camp too. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, this is it.
I asked you already. You asked me. That first early on, I said yes. That's a yes. Okay. All right. Now, when he said he made you an image, it just means that you have intelligence. I asked you already. You asked me that first early on. I said yes. I asked you already. You asked me that first early on. I said yes.
See? And it was very quick, but that was a chariot nonetheless. Okay, and that's the second time that we've caught, I say we as in, the hopeful elect, but that's the second time that a chariot has been caught going past that exact same spot. The first time it happened, it was during the day, and it was like a black object, just like that, streaking past that exact same path. And basically, it don't matter that it's quick like that. It's still capturing what Elder Manatazakbar is doing, being a faithful servant. And he's been out on the corner on that strip of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He's been on that strip for years, teaching in that spot. And I've had the honors to walk up and down that exact strip a couple of times, and not that it's a beautiful place or anything, but it's just the fact that I've been at the same place that Elder was teaching, and it just kind of made me feel makes me feel good that I've walked or among the same grounds that one of the elect is actually teaching. Feels good to know that I've been there on that exact strip. Because if it wasn't for Elder Manatas Akbar teaching there, then I wouldn't glory in that. I wouldn't care about that. But just the fact that that's where the brother is teaching, you know, it just makes me feel proud that I actually visited there. But anyway, so yeah, the chariots are watching the prophets, all right? And yeah, they're so-called black people in those chariots. Let me quickly show you a clip or two. All right, this one right here is by a guy named Leo Muhammad. You know, back in the day in the UK, before we had internet and stuff, we had this TV program called The Real McCoy, and there was a very popular character that on there called Mr. Fraser. The Real McCoy is like kind of like In Living Color, but it's the British version of In Living Color. So it's a comedy show, and we used to tune in to watch every episode when we were younger because it was absolutely funny. And Mr. Fraser was a very popular character. He was very funny character. And this guy right here, he used to play that character on The Real McCoy. This Leo Muhammad, he's in the Nation of Islam now, I believe. He's a Muslim, and you know, he doesn't always speak the truth because obviously he's part of the Muslim community, but he does state a lot of facts, and he's in the right spirit as far as turning on Esau, you know. So check.
You're gonna learn some things, and you're gonna learn some things about the black man very soon. And by the way, those of you who are getting real nervous, those of you who are getting scared about the potential of an invasion of little green men from Mars on UFOs, I can tell you right now, there are no little green men coming. But the pilots of those vehicles that you call unidentified flying objects, they look like me. They look like me. And they are not from some alien place. They're from right here.
No, this image down below makes me laugh, man, because ain't no the angels ain't flying around in no chariot looking like that. whoever created this image, man, has really don't understand. Okay, we're not piloting those crafts looking like this. Oh, it's just funny to me, man. Anyway, let me continue, man.
With a superior technology that you could only dream about.
That's right.
That you could only dream about. And the powers that be, your rulers, your leaders,
Lucifer,
they know who are the pilots. That's why UFOs are classified above top secret. You cannot learn about them. And they keep feeding you ideas of ETs with long arms. To get you all spooky, thinking about some aliens that are like blobs of jelly, and you're expecting some creepy little thing to come one day. Black men pilot those vehicles. And we dare the powers that be to challenge us on this. Because we have the proof, and we have the technology. And that's why...
And I can tell you right now, ain't no woman. Ain't no woman piloting those crafts either, man, because that's a masculine role to pilot a chariot. Okay, that's a masculine role. Ain't no woman flying no damn chariots. Okay. But anyway, these images just make me laugh, man. But anyway, I'll continue.
There, you got to understand that it's a new day, and while America and Britain are trying to conduct business as usual, it's not going to be business as usual. Just my thoughts.
See? And he's right, because America is trying to conduct business as usual. They trying to make America great again, and it ain't going to be business as usual. You ain't going to make America great again. America's getting destroyed by Yahushua and the angels, as well as the nukes that he had the Edomites create. He's going to have them use them very nukes to take themselves out. You know, and the Lord has a funny way of doing that throughout history, all right? Because, you know, it was an Edomite that invented the brazen bull. Look it up. And what he did is he used the Edomite to cook alive inside the brazen bull, the very one that created it. So the one that created it got taken out by the very thing that he created. You know, he digged the pit and is falling into the pit that he digged, basically. Or he rolled a stone and that stone rolled back on him, basically, in a nutshell. You know, there's scriptures that speak about that. But, you know, that's Esau. He's created these nukes, and he's going to have, and the Lord has a sense of humor because he's going to have them take themselves out, you know, kill themselves with these nukes that they've created, man. Just like the brazen bull, the inventor of the brazen bull. Look it up, man. These Edomites love, all they know how to do is create death and suffering and misery, torture devices. People are wicked, man. So, you know, the Lord, he has a sense of humor. But yeah, you know, this is a technology they ain't ready for, man. So-called black people flying those crafts. All right, let me show you something else real quick.
I'll describe them a little bit. Yes, I'll describe them a little bit. Anywhere from 6.5 to 8 feet tall, and some have been described as taller. Look African. Their eyes are just a little bit bigger, and some of them have been described with caramel-colored hair. But all of the ones that I had seen, it was short hair. And they were very tall and skinny. You know, because I don't think people, if you hear about a human-type alien, people want to hear about a, 8-foot-tall, blue-eyed, blonde hair, and angel, kind of being, to go along with their belief system. I was shown that apparently there's going to be some sort of solar event that's going to cause the downfall of technological civilization. And after that occurs, they call themselves our cosmic cousins. All of these different ETs, including the African-looking race I told you about, they are all going to fill the skies and come and assist us. I mean, how shocking is it going to be for everyone when they're standing there, the doors open, they're about to drop these little food with parachutes, and they look up and they don't see a blonde-haired, blue-eyed angel. They see a bunch of people of different, brown skin, different skin, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be prepared for that.
Yeah. Well, that's fascinating. It's fascinating. Thank you for sharing that.
So basically, I chopped a few little segments of this interview and put it together, the bits that actually kind of caught my attention. But the guys are pretty bugged out, these Edomites, the things that they're talking about, like different races of aliens and this and that, right? And I just found it very interesting that they, mentioned about an African-looking race of so-called extraterrestrials, and that there's going to be a solar event that's going to be the downfall of the technology, which we're all expecting an EMP or something, you know what I mean, to kick off Jacob's trouble, So, I just find it kind of interesting, some of the things he said, but I wouldn't take this clip too serious because, a lot of the things he said I had to clip out because he was just absolutely bugged out. But anyway, yet again, I thought it was interesting that, this also references the so-called black people piloting those crafts, coming from another source, another Edomite. You know what I mean? Because there's been a few different Edomites that have reported how so-called black people have been flying these crafts, So I just found that interesting. What else have I got? Okay, yeah, we'll get to that later. Right, that's it for now. Let me pull up another precept or two because, yeah, there's gonna be war in heaven, man. And there's many scriptures that reference this, you know. So it's not talking about Satan gathering together a bunch of angels in heaven, and then they try to rebel on the Lord, and then the Lord casts them into hell, and then they turn into demons, and all that Greek mythology stuff that the Christian church spews out. It ain't talking about that, okay? So let me just pull up the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, because this is going to back up how, you know, the war in heaven is speaking about the chariots. All right, so Wisdom of Solomon 5, and start at verse 1 through 2. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors." And that's what the prophets are doing. So right here, where was it? This one.
This is chapter 38, verse 4. It says, "The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them." And now it's like
So this is what's happening in the last days. The righteous man is standing before the face of these people that have oppressed us. You see that sign behind him? That's what they gave us, okay? That's Esau right there. See Jacob and Esau, you see that sign? So this is Jacob you're seeing rising up right here, proclaiming the true gospel in the end times. And Esau are the people that have oppressed them, made no account of their labors. Let me read that again, because this is prophecy happening right now. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness," you know, many camps throughout the earth teaching the truth of the Holy Bible that is very offensive to these heathen. "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him," these oppressors, the so-called white man, the nation of Edom, it says, "and made no account of his labors," because all they do is, you know, rape, rob, murder, steal, kill, and destroy, and patent everything that we bring to this earth and claim it as their own. Make no account of the ones that, you know, actually bring these things to the earth. Because this world would be absolutely crap without the Israelites. It says, when they see it, right? So when they see, you know, our people rising up and proclaiming the truth to their face in great boldness, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, because these elites are shaking right now, okay? They're crapping themselves. And it says, "and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation," because the Lord is coming back with a fleet of what the world calls UFOs. It's nothing like what they teach in Christianity, coming under the name Jesus. They don't teach the truth under that name. We teach the truth of the Holy Bible under the name Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Okay, the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Okay, we teach that He's coming back in so-called UFOs. It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation. So these heathen are going to be amazed on the day of the Lord, because it's going to be what? It says so far beyond all that they looked for. Right? I might as well read on. And we'll get back to the point soon. It says, "And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves," so this is what they're going to be thinking among themselves. You know, when the Lord shows up, it says, "This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach, these black bastards. We thought these people were no good. We thought they were the problem, you know, because the accuser of the brethren has done a number on you people's heads. Through his media, his propaganda, he's got you people thinking that we're the wicked and that Esau is just so righteous. But look at the condition of the earth on his watch. If we were in power, you think we're going to have Bloods and Crips? You think we're going to have rap music pushed on our people? drugs and guns in our communities? You think we're gonna have all these things that make us look like the worst thing going? You think we're gonna be in that condition when we're ruling? No. You know, that's why the Lord is cleaning us up through this word and getting us ready to rule. Okay, he's putting us back in our right minds, because we can't rule right now. We'll probably be worse than Esau right now. Okay, because when we rule this earth, it's not going to be like one massive rap video. Okay, it says, and they repenting and groaning. Imagine that, these Edomites, these racist devils repenting, I'm sorry, and crying and groaning for anguish of spirit. Oof, they're going to be really sorry on that day. Shall say within themselves, this was he, these so-called black people, these so-called Mexicans, these blacks and these Mexicans. This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools, because they're gonna know they're fools on that day. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. So they always thought we were going to be scum of the earth, and that was going to be our legacy. But when they see the Lord come in and he looks like us, and we're his people, they're going to regret it, man. They're going to be sorrowful. It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. They're going to be shocked to know that we were them people, man. Those people that curse out the white man on the corner all day. Yeah, those people standing in great boldness, okay? As it states in verse 1. Okay, we're the righteous men. It says, therefore, we have erred from the way of truth. This is what they're going to say within themselves. They've erred from the way of truth. They didn't have the truth. It says, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us. The sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Because the Lord ain't dealing with them, and they're going to realize it on that day. But anyway, I've gone kind of off course. Now, what I wanted to get at, the point in this is in verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Because when the Lord saves the elect, it's going to look like a so-called alien invasion. Let's turn to some precepts to back that up. So we're going to turn to 2 Ezra chapter 13. And verse 1, I believe. 2 Ezra 13. Yeah, it is starting at 1. Let me just highlight this real quick. Bear with me. There we go. We'll read through 11. All right. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, meaning look, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. So this is Ezra's and talking about the vision he had, right? He says, and I beheld, and lo, meaning look, that man waxed strong with the 1,000 of heaven. All right. So the thousands of heaven is the chariots, and that man that waxed strong is Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus. All right. It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Okay. It says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the fire faileth when it, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. So basically, this is saying that when that chariot opens its mouth, basically, because that's what the Lord is coming back in, a chariot, is going to burn all they that hear his voice, meaning all the people that are before him, ready to fight him. The Lord is going to shoot a concentrated laser beam at them. This is what it's saying. This is a dark saying right here. This is a mystery. It's written in such a way that only certain people are able to understand it. Okay, because if you read it for face value, you're not going to understand it. You know, he's not gonna open his mouth and start screaming, and then all of a sudden fire comes out of his mouth. That's not gonna happen. And it says, after this, verse 5, after this I beheld, and lo, okay, there was gathered together a multitude of men, right? Satan and his angels, like we read earlier. There was a multitude of men out of number, meaning innumerable, right? From the four winds of heaven, from different countries, right? It says, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And the sea is talking about the sea above, okay? Because the waters were divided from the waters, okay? So the Lord is coming out of the sea above, okay? He's not coming out the actual ocean. He's coming out of the sea above. So it says, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So these people, Satan and his angels, fought against Michael and his angels, right? Just as we read earlier. Now, Satan's angels is these militaries and the Air Force, the F fighter jets and all that they're coming to fight against the chariots, and it's going to be no match. It's going to be no match. Not one chariot will be lost in that war. Because it says right here what's going to happen. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. So basically, this is going to be the fathership. Some call a mothership, right? So it's going to be a very, very huge chariot. It's going to look like a mountain, okay? And this is what the Lord is going to fly on, or fly in. It says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not, meaning he couldn't see the end of the chariot because it was so big. It's going to literally block out the sky. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, meaning look, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, meaning these people, these militaries are going to be shook when they see what looks like an alien invasion. It says, and yet durst fight, meaning yet they still fought against the Lord, even though they were sore afraid, because they have to follow orders, and the Lord is going to put the spirit on them to fight. Okay? They ain't going to have a choice. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, because they're going to be like, fire! You know what I mean? With their little pea shooters, their little bombs, their little sparks, and their little fireworks. They're going to try and fight against the chariots, right? Try and fight against the one that created everything. What a joke. It says, and lo, as he saw, he meaning Yahushai, as Yahushai saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. And why is that? Because he's in a chariot. And this is what Esdras was seeing. This is what he was witnessing. And this is the best way he could describe it back then. Okay, it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth. And what did we read earlier? In verse 4. It says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard, all they burned that heard his voice. All right? This is what it means right here. Like, okay, so all the people burned that heard his voice. So it says in verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Lips, mouth, and tongue. Okay. His lips, mouth, and tongue is the same region. It's basically the opening of the chariot. Okay. And he describes it as a flaming breath. He describes it as sparks and tempest and a blast of fire. Okay. Which is concentrated laser technology beyond what we have in this earth. Okay, this is what he saw, which is going to basically destroy Esau and his military, Satan's angels. Okay, all the angels of the earth, the militaries of the earth, all their weaponry. He's going to destroy it all in one go. It says in verse 11, And they were all mixed together, right? Concentrated laser beam. And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. After I saw this, I was afraid. And anybody that sees something like that would definitely be afraid, because you're talking about all Esau's military wiped out in one go. And that's how the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. That's when new rulership comes, when the armies of this world is taken down, when Esau is taken out of power. That's Satan falling from heaven like lightning. Okay? See how all you got to connect the dots, man. This is the type of thing you're not going to hear in Christianity, because they don't have the truth. They're not going to bring out the truth of the Holy Bible, man. All right, let's even go further. We'll back this up even more. Let's turn to the book of Daniel. I think it's chapter 8, 25. All right, Daniel 8 and 25, it says, and through his policy, his, meaning Esau, the dragon, the serpent, the devil, Satan, the spiritual the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. And through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, his NWO agenda, where he wants to microchip you all up, you know, when he wants to put nanotechnology in your veins. That's causing craft to prosper through his policy, right? It says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. So it's going to go to his head. He's going to say, I am, and none else beside me. He's going to say, I am the Most High. I will sit in the congregation of the north. Remember, I will set my throne above the stars of heaven. Remember all that we read in the book of Isaiah chapter 14? That's what this is saying. He's going to magnify himself in his heart, meaning his mind. It says, and by peace shall destroy many. So he always says he comes in peace, but there's always tricks up his sleeve. You can't trust this man because he's the serpent. Okay. Haven't you learned this yet? When he locked down the whole world? You think he really was trying to bring peace to the earth? No. By peace, he'll destroy many, and many are being destroyed even to this day through what he did to them trusting in the devil. Okay. It says, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, which is the king of kings, Yahushua. He's going to try to fight the Lord. Okay. Satan and his angels. It says, but he shall be broken without hand. Overkill. Okay. The Lord didn't lift up any instrument of war. Remember what we just read? He neither held sword, nor lifted up any instrument of war. He only sent out of his mouth, as it had been a flaming breath, sparks and tempest. You know, we just read that. So he's going to stand up against the prince of princes. He's going to try to fight the Lord. And it says, but he shall be broken without hand. So the Lord is going to destroy him and his army in one go. All right. Now, let me see what other clips I got real quick. Because I've got a few more things I want to show you. Because Esau can't compete with this technology, man. All right. So let me first I'll show you this right here, because basically the Lord is on his way. All right. Scriptures say, look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. You know, we'll pull that one up in just a second, but check this out.
That was found in. You see what the fuck I'm telling? Did you hear that there's something that was found in deep space and it's heading towards Earth?
The James Webb Telescope has spotted an armada of alien ships heading toward Earth.
Is it aliens? Well, according to the story, whatever this is, allegedly looks like this city-sized alien ship, some say in the shape of a cube or even an armada of tightly clustered alien ships that were going in one direction. It was then observed making course corrections towards us near light speed. Course correcting isn't an observed natural phenomena for space objects like asteroids or other celestial bodies, and suggests technology. And people were saying that whatever this is would arrive to us in just a few years or maybe even a few weeks. Now, if you don't know, the James Webb Telescope is our best, most powerful telescope, which is out in space, and it was designed to look into deep space on the infrared spectrum. So what's going on? Well, the official story is that this whole thing started after a discussion on the Vetted podcast, talking about these alleged classified briefings happening within the government, as well as Lou Elizondo mentioning being aware of an object that was headed towards us. Now, debunkers say this is just not real. JWST isn't capable of detecting things like this, and if it was aliens, NASA and the government would tell us. So, in their view, it's debunked. But is it really? I'm not so sure. It's probably nothing, but let me know what you think in the comments.
I think that the Lord is on standby. The angels are on standby. Because the scriptures say how the Lord doesn't know the time, the day or hour that he's coming. Only the Father in heaven knows. But the chariots are going to come at their appointed time. And they're going to, they're going to get busy, okay? You're going to see, they're going to put on a hell of a show on that day. And we know that day is fast approaching because of all the prophecies, all the signs that are taking place. You know, the mark of the beast is almost here, man. Okay? So as soon as they implement that, those that take it, hey, the Lord's going to show up at that point, at that time where they're receiving that, and the Lord's getting ready to come on during that time, and cast them into the lake of fire. So we got Elon Musk creating his brain chip right now, his Neuralink. It's all happening. World War III is at its peak almost. When it reaches its peak, that's when the nukes are going to be shot off. The nuclear capability is ripe and ready for this time, ripe and ready for the sickle to be, thrust in the earth, Let me show you another one, man, because NASA cut off this live feed as soon as they saw this, they cut off the live feed. But check this out, man. This guy caught it.
Fuck, I'm telling you guys, I'm not fucking playing. Look at this orb. It's a gold orb from the NASA space station live fucking feed. Excuse my language. Oh my gosh. Look. What the hell's going on? Holy fuck. NASA space station looking out to the stars. Oh my, that's a fucking massive ship. That's a massive fucking spaceship. Look. Oh my gosh, there's another one flying up there. You can't even see it. Oh, look at, there's another one. There's whole fucking fleets of them. Look at another one right there. Oh fuck, something's going on. Something's going on, guys. Look at that shit. I'm not fucking kidding you. Oh my god, look. Look. Oh fuck, it stopped. Holy fuck. You guys. What the fuck? Somebody explain this to me right now. This is on the Roku app. A Roku fucking TV. These are the live fucking feeds. These are fucking fleets of aliens. They're staring at fucking space. Oh my gosh, something's going on. Something's going on, guys. I need fucking answers. Stay fucking woke, bitch up pendejos. Tell me what the fuck this is. Look, they're like fucking invisible. I'm sorry, I mean, from outer space. This is space. Look at the NASA International Space Station HD live feed, courtesy of NASA. Oh my, what the fuck is that? That's a mothership. That's like a, oh, I'm sorry guys. There's something going on. This is a fucking mothership. Excuse my language, but you guys don't believe in aliens? What the hell is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. What the fuck is that? There's something going on here, guys. We need fucking answers. We need to know what this stuff is. That's a whole city. That's like a fucking mothership. You guys, comment, like my video, follow me. Oh, look at, they stopped it. They stopped it. Something's going on. Oh, shit. They fucking stopped this shit. The video from Space Station external high definition camera has been interrupted due to loss of signal. How the hell was that loss of signal?
My man was excited, boy. But that was crazy. You see the size of those things? Because you gotta understand, like, the scale of the size of whatever that was in space is way bigger than you understand, you know. And hey, they caught it, and they caught it live on that feed, and then they cut the feed, didn't they? You know, they don't want you seeing these type things, man. You know, you ain't meant to see you ain't meant to see that much. You know, that's too much. Esau said that's too much. But let me show you some more videos, because not only do these chariots fly in space, they also fly under the ocean, underwater. So Esau can't, he's outmatched. You know, he can't compete with that type of power, man. See, I used to possess this clip. I might still have it on one of my hard drives, because one of my hard drives got wiped with like a terabyte worth of stuff on it. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping this wasn't on that hard drive. So I'll have to check. But I have a HD version of this from way back in the day, because you can't find the clear quality anymore. I mean, I haven't been able to find it, but you know, all the clips that I see these days, because I come across this every once in a while. But I've had this clip since about 2012, and the actual clip I have is quite clear. But you know, I came across this the other day, and I thought I'd add this to the lesson. But this was in Spain. This was off the coast of Spain, and there was a fisherman that caught all this on camera. He wasn't supposed to capture this, but as you saw, Satan's angels trying to fight against one of Michael's angels, Michael and his angels, right? And you saw like that thing said, "Not today." Boom, went straight under the ocean. All right, I'll play it again so you can see it. So you saw the F fighter jets going past, which, I mean, that is incredible technology. They were moving quick, but that ain't nothing compared to the chariots, man. Can't no F-16 fighter jet go under the ocean like that, man. You know, these chariots just toy with Esau, man. Okay, let me show you real quick. I just gotta plug my phone in, it's getting low. Alright, 1 second, I'll run it back. Alright, here we go. That's crazy. That chariot just dipped under the ocean, man. Gone. Alright. Let me show you another one showing you that they can go under the ocean. Check this out. This was captured on camera by accident. So they're filming this squid, right? And then watch what they capture. See, these chariots do this on purpose. Ain't no way this was no accident. Boom. See, the angels are letting you know that they're there. Check that out, man. Oh, Esau, you're in trouble, boy. %, without a doubt, chariot, man. Look at that disc shape and everything. Hey, that's so-called black people flying them. So you're screwed, man. And that's not that's not no Pookie and Ray Ray in the hood flying that thing either. That's the Israelites in their heavenly bodies, you know, using 100% of their brains. Okay, they're not like, you know, Jake in the hood with little dreads in his hair, you know, with a Glock on his waist. Okay. Nah, man. So yeah, anyway, that's that. Let me pull out one more preset and we'll close this out, man. Okay. Well, actually, one or two. Let's pull up the book of Acts chapter 1 verse 9. All right, so this is when Yahushua was taken up in what the world calls a UFO. All right. It says, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So a chariot, okay, what the world calls a UFO. So the one they called Jesus, whose name is Yahushua, he was beamed up in front of everyone, taken up, abducted, whatever you want to call it, man. He was taken up in a chariot, in a so-called UFO in front of everyone. It says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, because they looking up, because the Lord went up in a chariot, didn't he? He went, boom, gone. It says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up, it says, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which were angels. Okay, so it says that they look like they took the appearance of men. They look like men, right? And obviously so-called black men. It says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing into heaven? So he's like, the angels are like, why are you lot looking up into heaven? He's saying, and he says, and they say, this same Yahushua which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So when he comes back, he's coming back in the same fashion. Okay, in the chariots. Okay. So when it says that a cloud received them out of their sight, let's just quickly turn to it. All right, this is the book of Psalms 104:3. It says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the water? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? So this is talking about the Most High. So the Most High makes his clouds his chariots. That's what the clouds are talking about, is the chariots, right? Those are the chariots of the Lord, the clouds. The cloud that took Yahushua up. It was a chariot of fire, okay? Which is a so-called UFO. Okay, there's a logical biblical explanation for these ships. You got to understand, if the Lord created all things, and these UFOs, so-called UFOs, do definitely exist. You know, we have a lot of evidence of them. You also have the government coming out and admitting and having meetings about them and saying that they're a national security threat and all this. They're baffled by them. So they're conditioning you to get you ready for, you know, what's coming. But bottom line is they admit they exist. So if they do exist, which we know they exist now, 100%, then who created them? What is their purpose? The Lord created all things. Okay. They're what the angels fly around in. They don't fly around with wings coming out their back as portrayed in Christianity. Okay. Right, let's turn to the book of Luke, chapter 25. As a matter of fact, let's just quickly read this while we're here. Jeremiah 4:13. Behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind. See? So the so-called UFOs are going to be like a whirlwind spinning around. It says his horses are swifter than eagles. Horses, chariots, same thing. They're swift like eagles. Okay, this is how they fly. It says, woe unto us, for we are spoiled. Right. So basically another scripture describing the chariots of the Lord, these so-called UFOs. Okay. Let's pull up one more while we're on it. As birds flying. There we go. Right. Let's highlight that. Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, right? Because this is what the chariots are going to do in clusters. They're going to fly like birds, right? As birds flying, so will Yahweh of hosts, meaning the Lord of armies, defend Jerusalem. Jerusalem being the people, the Israelites. Defending, also he will deliver it. So the Israelites are getting delivered by these vehicles that look like birds flying and passing over, right? Because this is how he's going to deliver. You know, the elect are going to get beamed up into the clouds, and passing over, he will preserve it. You know, preserve is to like keep alive. So he's going to spare them from death. He's going to preserve them from the destruction. Okay, so this is what's going to happen on the day of the Lord. All right, so like for real now, let's bring out that one last precept. Luke 21, I believe it is. Yep, 21 and 25. Right. So Luke 21:25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. It says, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity. That's what's happening right now. Okay. Free Palestine, Black Lives Matter, you know, all kinds of riots and protests, man. Distress of nations, man. You know, this Trump election thing. People are panicking, man, and it's even going to get worse because something's going to happen soon that's going to kick off this civil war, which is biblical prophecy also. So, that's what's happening. Distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring, the sea of people, the masses. The sea and the waves roaring is, the people in an uproar. Verse 26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, because World War III is coming, man. And them nukes are going to be let off and people know it and they're shitting themselves. So people's hearts are failing them, man. Maybe not so much right now, but soon. It's going to really sink in soon. Especially when Jacob's trouble happens, because, people are going to be in a position they never thought they'd ever be in. People are getting ready to be taken out of their comfort zone very soon. So it says, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So the Lord is coming in the chariots with power and great glory. It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, all the things that, like distress of nations, all the things we're seeing now. So when these things are starting to happen, right? It says, then look up, keep your eyes to the skies and lift up your heads. Okay, be of good cheer. It says, for your redemption draweth nigh, draws near. We're going to be redeemed from our enemies, man. Redeemed from this flesh. Redeemed from this earth, man. Okay? From this rulership. From this land that we've been, whatever land we've been scattered to. We're getting ready to be put back in our own land, okay? We're getting ready to be delivered. We're getting ready to be saved. Lord willing, I'll be of that number. So, anyway, I think I'll leave it there. Lord willing, you've been edified through this lesson, all right? I'm going to close out, give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakah Kodash, all right, Shalom.